Do you dread going to work because of that one coworker who always seems to make your day more challenging? Well, you're not alone. In fact, studies show that toxic coworkers can negatively impact your well-being and work environment. But don't worry, because in today's video, we're going to teach you 5 mind-blowing communication tricks that will help you stand up to toxic coworkers and take control of your work life. So whether you're dealing with a narcissistic coworker or someone who constantly manipulates or uses passive aggression, this video is for you. Stick around until the end because we're also going to share 5 powerful phrases that you can use to defend yourself in any situation. Have you ever encountered a coworker whose behavior seems to drain the life out of you? Maybe they constantly criticize your work or belittle you in front of others. Or perhaps they take credit for your ideas and make you feel invisible. These are just a few signs of toxic behavior in the workplace, and they can have a significant impact on your well-being and work environment. So how do you recognize toxic coworkers? Well, it's not always easy, but there are some common signs to look out for. Narcissism is a significant indicator of toxic behavior. If your coworker has an inflated sense of self-importance, constantly seeks admiration, and lacks empathy for others, they may be a narcissist. Another sign of toxic behavior is manipulation. This can come in many forms, such as guilt-tripping, gaslighting, or playing the victim. If your coworker frequently uses manipulation tactics to get what they want or to make you feel guilty, it's time to take action. Passive aggression is also a sign of toxic behavior. This can include things like giving silent treatment, making sarcastic comments, or using a condescending tone. These behaviors can create a tense and uncomfortable work environment, and it's essential to identify them and address them. Now that you've identified toxic behavior in the workplace, it's time to take action and stand up for yourself. But how do you do that without coming across as aggressive or confrontational? The answer lies in mastering the art of assertive communication. First, it's essential to understand the difference between assertive, aggressive, and passive communication. Assertive communication means expressing yourself clearly and directly while respecting the needs and feelings of others. Aggressive communication involves pushing your needs at the expense of others, while passive communication involves not expressing your needs and letting others take control. Assertive communication is the sweet spot in the middle of these two extremes. One way to practice assertive communication is by being clear and concise with your words. Avoid beating around the bush or using vague language. Say what you mean and mean what you say. For example, if you're asked to work on a project that you don't have time for, instead of saying, "I'll try my best," say, "I appreciate the opportunity, but I won't be able to work on this project due to my current workload." Another way to practice assertive communication is by using I statements to express your feelings. For example, instead of saying, "You never listen to me," say, "I feel ignored when you don't listen to my ideas." Using I statements helps you take ownership of your feelings and avoids putting the other person on the defensive. Setting boundaries is also an important part of assertive communication. It's okay to say no when necessary and communicate your limits. For example, if a coworker asks you to cover their shift, but you already have plans, you can say, "I appreciate you asking, but I won't be able to cover your shift. I have plans already." Setting boundaries helps you avoid feeling overwhelmed and undervalued. Another tip for assertive communication is to practice active listening. Active listening means paying attention to what the other person is saying and responding thoughtfully. It's important to listen and to ask clarifying questions to ensure that you understand their perspective. Remember, assertive communication takes practice, and it's okay to make mistakes, but the more you practice, the more confident and effective you'll become. Now that you know how to identify toxic behavior and master the art of assertive communication, it's time to learn 5 powerful phrases that you can use to defend yourself in any situation. These phrases will help you express your boundaries and expectations while remaining calm and professional. Phrase 1. Your behavior is not acceptable and I will not tolerate it. This phrase shows your firm stance against toxic behavior and sets clear boundaries. Phrase 2. I don't appreciate being spoken to in that manner. Please speak respectfully. This phrase establishes the importance of respectful communication and helps prevent further negative interactions. Phrase 3. I understand your perspective, but I disagree. This phrase demonstrates empathy while asserting your opinion and helps prevent arguments. Phrase 4. I need some time to process this. Let's revisit the conversation later. This phrase allows for reflection and avoids engaging in a heated exchange. It's okay to take a break and come back to the conversation when you're feeling calmer and collected. Phrase 5. If this behavior continues, I will have to discuss it with our supervisor. This phrase sets clear consequences for the continuation of toxic behavior and helps ensure that your workplace remains a safe and healthy environment. Keep in mind that the phrases presented are merely examples, and you have the flexibility to adapt them to suit your particular circumstances. The crucial aspect is to maintain a confident and respectable demeanor when communicating your limits and expectations. And that's it for today. We hope that you found these tips helpful and that you can start using them in your workplace to create a more positive and healthy environment. Remember, it's important to prioritize your well-being and mental health, especially in the workplace. So we encourage you to take action and use these tips to stand up for yourself and create a better work environment. If you have any other tips or strategies for dealing with toxic coworkers, feel free to share them in the comments below. And before we finally wrap up, we want to share a book that can help you improve your communication skills. Crucial Conversations: Tools for Talking When Stakes Are High by Joseph Grenny, Carrie Patterson et al. This book provides practical tips and strategies for navigating difficult conversations. And if you want to learn more about getting along with your coworkers, be sure to check out our video, How to Get Along with Your Coworkers. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on our next video here on the Tree of Life channel.